Hey everyone, it's almost 2022, and when it's only a couple of hours left until then, we thought of coming live here with Jonas, my partner in crime, in the beautiful crime of mind kicking, and answering all the questions that we have been getting so far about the Iceland experience that we are creating for January. So, Jonas, let's start with a more generic question. What is Mindkicker and where does the name come from?
Mindkicker is a holistic way of living. And me and my partner created Mindkicker is coming from pro athletes. But Rebecca is working as the mental trainer for the national team. And I used to be in a lot. The team in Korea. And we combined our two competence, martial arts and training. So mine is from Rebecca and kicker is from my part. But as a pro athlete before, I used to train mental training every day. And I continue to do that. So that's why we created this kind of company to support the world.
Yeah, wonderful. And I really love this Mind Kicker name. It resonates with a lot of people. Whoever I talk to, they love it. And it's a fun combination that I'm a mind shifter and you're a mind kicker, right? And then my husband is always laughing, like when I say I'm gonna have a call with Jonas, and he's asking, are you gonna be mind shifting or mind kicking today? And I usually answer that we're gonna do both. Alex is writing that he's ready bad or really bad. Echo. Okay, let me use my headphones. Thanks for letting me know. Let me fix that. So, is it better now, Alex?
Now it could be better. Please let us know. How about you, Jonas? Do you hear me okay?
Yeah, I think you sounds like before, but it's all right for me.
Wait a moment. Now I don't hear you. That's interesting.
You can hear me?
Okay. It was about Jonas' side.
Was it from my
says
side?
Alex.
Does it sound better now?
Okay, now it's fine. Great. Thanks a lot for letting us know. Yeah, Alex.
All right. Great. Thank you, Alex.
So, great. So, Jonas, right. I still didn't hear you. Now it's something about my headphones, I guess.
Is it still bad?
Let me get myself off.
All right, so is it Alex who is joining us online today, live? Is there any else that you reckon, Anna? You are on mute, Anna, I think.
All the technical things. It's a holiday mode, both for tech and for my mind, it looks like. Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good.
I hear you.
Good. Let's hope it's not echoing now for people.
I can hear myself echo.
Again. All right. Let's give it a try again with fixing it.
It sounded better for me.
Okay, so now I seem, yeah. So now I seem to hear you. And hopefully now it's okay. Great. So, we talked a bit about the Mindkicker in general. Tell us a bit more about the experiences that you've had before, because it's not the first time you do the Mindkicker experience. You've had it, the Castle edition in Sweden many times already with Rebecca. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, it started 2019 that we wanted to create an not ordinary leadership training course. Because we wanted to, first of all, make it like a national team. So we would love to invite 8 professional players to create that national team. So at the castle, we wanted to do that in a similar way. So we invited leaders from the corporate world, 8 different people, 8 different sectors, and 8 different backgrounds, and no one knew each other. And that's because we wanted to create a dynamic group that could elevate and level up personally, but also for the good in the corporate world. So we created 6 teams between 2019 and the last group we had 2020 before COVID accelerated. So in January 2020 we had the last group. So we've been around 42 people that join this concept. And the great with this concept is like we're doing a world championship journey. So we actually follow up our customers for 1 year. And that's unique in many ways because we don't let them go. So during that 3 days camp in that castle, we going for the theoretical part to understand the theories of why we do what we do and how we do it. And then we experience it through martial arts and my background as a physical trainer. So combining on that one is more the experience, and together with the group we will find the weakness, we will find the strength within ourselves and others. And the best part in this kind of group, what I experienced, was more like nobody will meet each other on Monday morning, so they could be totally honest with themselves but also in the group. So that's the key factors for what we took from these 6 groups.
And you're good at creating the safe space for people to explore themselves in a playful way. I really love it about you.
I will say that because I've been teaching martial arts and training martial arts for 30 years. I've been meeting all kind of people within their history and background and potential within martial art. But I mean, so I feel safe to create that safety as well, because I believe in the safety first to level up. And I also want to give all my students when I train within martial arts or in the corporate world to hitch up a little notch every time. So that will be a great part of Mindkicker Iceland Edition, that we're gonna create safe space, but we will also challenge ourselves within the group, but also individual.
Yeah. So why Iceland out of all places on the earth, and what will be different for the Iceland edition?
Yeah, but I mean, it's a really interesting story. I mean, how I met you, and like, you know, it was meant to be like Mindkicker has been talking to conquer all the world, to eliminate all unnecessary stress. So it came quite good in the timing that you were curious about Mindkicker and actually invited me for the first call, and you just picked up that I have an inner desire to actually make people really sustainable from inside to out, but sometimes you need to start outside to get in. And Iceland was a perfect spot on that one because I could visualize, the darkness that we talked about, the midnight light, and walk and hike to the lighter me. So it came really good for me and Mindkicker concept, and Rebecca loved it when I told her about this journey. And why I'm talking about Rebecca is not joining us this time is because she is doing her own life journey within rehabilitation. So she will be back maybe next year later on. But now it's you and me, and we're gonna make a fantastic combination.
I'm really looking forward to meet Rebecca and you as well in person. We still haven't met each other in person. I only connected over online, but that happens in less than 3 weeks, so that will be fantastic. So anything that will be different with Iceland Edition, between the castle, what you have described already?
Definitely the environment. I mean, by myself, I haven't been in Iceland by myself, but I always wanted to go there. So it's because the magical environment that I have seen pictures, videos, people who traveled to Iceland told me about the experience, about the magical environment, and it's so unique, and that's why I think Mindkicker and mind shifting with you is a combination that is nowhere else.
For sure. Yeah, so we decided to do it in almost the darkest period of the year, and just as you said, Jonas, it is about really finding that darkness that might be bothering you within yourself in that dark and maybe rough environment of Iceland in January, and then finding your path to the light and to hope, to the strength of yours, and that we find it as a beautiful magic that can happen in that environment. So how are we going to be using the Icelandic nature? What would you like to release out of all the things that we have in place?
Yeah, a lot of people has asked me about that, but I mean, not to reveal everything, but I wanted to use like the dark to be like the unknown as well. Like many people asked me before the Castle Edition as well, it's like, how does the schedule look like? And we said it's unknown, and that's one part to level up as well, because you don't need to know and you can't know, because it's depending on what you do, the outcome. So I believe that the nature in Iceland will bring out myself, the best of me, but also all the group and what I can contribute to the group and individual. So I only seen the pictures, and videos that you sent me, and what we will create.
I have experienced the place that we're going to in action several times, and I absolutely love it. It's definitely one of my few places of power in this country. So I'm really looking forward to bringing you and our brave souls of the Mindkicker group to that place. What I can add for myself about the schedule, I've experienced that myself back in, 2015 maybe, or 16. I went for a silent retreat in Sweden for 2 days with Anneli Pompe, who is one of your trainers for Castle Edition, right? She's she held the world record in free diving, and she's also done all the highest peaks on each continent. So she's an adventurer, and I did a silence retreat with her. And when we came there, they said, you will only know the next activity, so where you need to show up, and what kind of clothing, and when. That's it. And she said just what you said, Jonas. Learn to let go of control, learn to be here, present in the moment, not think about the rest of the day, what is coming and so on, but really just be totally present in the comfort and the beauty and discomfort sometimes of the experience that you're going through right now. And I think this is very powerful, and I've experienced it myself. I really love that journey, and that taught me so much in those 2 days. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that experience to our group as well. I also want to add a bit about our third guide on that trip, Baldur, who is the local friend of mine. He is a professional licensed mountain guide here in Iceland, and also brilliant person to talk to about anything philosophical, metaphysical, historical. So he has so much knowledge, both globally and especially about Iceland. So he brings a beautiful local knowledge about the country, about its culture, about its history. So whenever you have any questions about that, whenever you have any insights from that, Baldur will be a perfect person to talk about those things or ask questions. So I'm very, very happy that he's joining us as the third person this time to guide the group. It will be amazing to have him on board. And he is also making sure that we're safe when we are out and about. So that's also very important for us.
Exactly. I'm really happy to have Baldur as well on the team, because it's crucial within the safety, as you said, within nature. So I feel safe to have Baldur on board. So it's gonna be awesome as well. But also we have some really good partners that we're gonna collaborate a little bit with. So it's going to be even more experience, but maybe we will not tell about that right now, but hopefully people will join in later.
Yeah, I'm very excited for those collaborations, because they bring even more immersive experience of Iceland to the table. So I think one more thing that I promised in the description to this event, to this live, is explaining or releasing the place where we're going to stay. So a bit of a backstory to that. For 3 days we wanted to stay fairly close to Reykjavik, so that people who especially travel internationally don't have to spend even more time on the road, even though the road experience together will also be part of the experience. And you, Jonas, have a lot of background in that. Bring in the like, keep the mental journey on the road as well with the people. But we decided to stay fairly close. So we'll be in Hveragerði, which is on the south coast of Iceland, only 40 minutes drive from Reykjavik. We'll be in a very fresh hotel that is called Frost and Funi, which is Frost and Fire. And it has a very beautiful location. I'm so hyped to have our people with us there. Let us show the video of that place. I will share that in just a moment, so that you can see a bit of the beautiful shots from this location. So it's a very fresh hotel, just a couple of years old, and it's on the bank of the river. And as you see, it's quite peaceful there. They have quite a large territory, of course, the hot pot, and you see the magic of the geothermal area. Which Hveragerði is, that you see the steam coming out. So I find it very powerful that you see the power of the earth there, and it makes it even easier to reconnect with the nature there and reconnect with yourself in that environment. And it's very close to the mountains, to some valleys, but also to the civilization. So we're in the perfect spot in between the two worlds, and can use the best of the both of them. They have very fresh rooms as well, and everyone is staying in their single rooms, so that you have your privacy for the morning and evening practices that we'll have as part of the program. and you can get the best rest as well on their high quality beds. So that's a bit about the place. I'm happy that we got that one. So, anything else? If you're watching us live, please feel free to drop your questions in the comments. If you do it in replay, please just tag me and Jonas, and then we'll see the comments and reply to your questions afterwards. Jonas, we had a couple more questions coming on from the people whom we talked to. One of them was, if I don't feel comfortable with opening up on such a personal level with people whom I've never met before, how would you address that question?
It's a great question, first of all, because then you are really aware about your feelings. But we got the solutions, and I'm really safe about not accelerate that feeling. But from my experience within this concept, within 3 days, I will truly make it happen. So you don't need to feel insecure or anxiety about that, because then it's going to be like the double from it. So in that question, I would say, if you show up, we will make it happen, what you want to happen. So that's my answer on the question, is like, show up and feel safe within our company, but you will.
And I would add from my side that we actually very careful with people letting the people into the group. We have talked to some people whom we said that they're not ready to go in, and it is because we feel like maybe they're not ready to go through the experience themselves, or they're not ready to hold that safe space for the others in the group. So this is one of the things that we looked at, and that we've done through the conversations. So all the people have talked to both you and me, Jonas, no matter through whom they found the Mindkicker. And that is a very important part for us, to understand the person, to really be sure that they are ready to be part of this experience and contribute to it. So this is one of the ways how we are making sure that you will feel safe and really enjoy the experience, even though if some parts will be uncomfortable. And also from my side, I get this comment quite often, even through the virtual events. People ask me afterwards, how did you make me or the other person share those things in the room of strangers, virtual room of strangers? So this is also some natural gift that both of us, Jonas, have, and we have been very careful with this gift and nurturing it and really trying to master how to use it for the good of the people.
Yeah.
Any questions, Jonas, you have heard that you would like to address now?
No, I mean, the only questions we have is like, when I talked about the concept, everybody is stoked about it and feel it's like new and fresh and what we really need. But when I involve martial arts, they're backing, like, no, I don't dare to be thrown in the mat or be strangled or leg locks or foot locks and like that challenge. So it's the same when you start training martial arts. It's really scary first time on the mat, and even for me 30 years back, I still remember it's so fresh and I feel it so fresh. But you know, after a while, when you meet right people on the mat, then your safety comes in, you learn more to control your fear, and that's the same what we put in the Mindkicker concept. In the corporate world, it's the same as in a training world, but you will not train as much in the corporate world that we do in the pro athlete world. So we compared it like in the corporate world, we compete every day, selling more, produce more, be the best of me, but we never train. And in the sports world, we only compete once a year. That's the World Championship. And every day we prepare ourselves, we remove the mental blocking we have, and so on. So that's what we want to put in the corporate world, to be a sustainable human being for real. So that's my take to the next time we meet.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And just to address this fear about the martial arts, I have never done it myself, so this will be definitely something new for me, and I will be on the mat just as our participants. So this is how we do it, right? We go through the experience ourselves, and we're there also to learn and experience this reconnection ourselves, you and me, Jonas. And I've seen that you're doing that both with the young people, so you're training kids, and you even train people in the elderly homes, so those who maybe not that physically capable anymore, but you bring the beauty of the martial arts to them and create joy and remind them of their strength and power that way. So I'm sure that I know that you're capable of adjusting the training to everyone's abilities and everyone's needs as well.
Yes, of course.
So I'm very excited for our trip. It's less than 3 weeks left, but let's let people go and prepare for the new year. Spend the last hours of this year with the dear ones or alone in the way that you feel called to wrap up this year. It hasn't been a very easy one yet again, but we all made it to this end of it. So just give yourself a pat on the shoulder for that. It's always important to remind yourself how much you've done for yourself and for the others. And please join us. We have 3 seats or two, yeah, true. 2 spots left for our small intimate group for January. So let's do it. I'm very, very looking forward to welcoming you, Jonas, here, and every brave soul that is joining us on this journey.
Sounds great. And a hug to you, Anna.
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah, you'll hug me soon in person. I know that will be a strong one.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for this year, and see you on the other side of it, whether through Mindkicker this time or anywhere else in the world any other time. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.